All right, I am here with Mark King, and he is the owner and head coach of the Florida Flight. Tell me a little bit about the league itself and the team.
We're a part of the Florida Basketball Association. It's a relatively smaller league right now. There's 5 teams this year: Miami Midnights, the Palm Beach Knights, the Heartland Prow, which is near Lakeland, the Marion County Showtime Stallions, who are in the Ocala area, and of course the Florida Flight, which is in Orlando. Probably the coolest thing about the league is, well, for one, it's very close proximity, so it's more of a bus league, so we get to save a lot of money in travel, and it really helps financially, for the owners to not have to come out of pocket too much and divvy that money up elsewhere. But the biggest thing would be the Miami Midnights being owned by Maccabi Haifa, who is actually a very powerhouse team out in Israel, who coincidentally every year for the last 3 or 4 years have played NBA teams in the preseason. As far as giving guys an opportunity to play and get to that next level and get a big contract overseas, you can't really do much better than that, and letting them play against them for 3 games during the season. I mean, it's an incredible opportunity.
Absolutely. So would this be considered like a developmental league?
Yes, very much so. I usually pitch it, and hopefully this changes. I'd like to be AAA, but in terms of baseball, you've got AAA, AA, Single A. I would consider the FBA more AA. Probably competing a little bit with AAA. The more we develop our name and our brand and increase the product, the better off we're going to be, the better players that are going to want to play for us, and then the higher quality we're going to provide. But it's definitely a developmental league. Our mission statement as our team, the Florida Flight, is to utilize the platform of professional basketball to invest in the lives of others. So aside from just investing in the lives of basketball players, that goes for sports management people. It goes for the fans, the kids that look up to us. I guest speak once a semester at UCF DeVos Sports Management School with Dr. Buckstein's classes. So it's really, there's a big vision for the Florida Flight, but obviously it hinges on having a good basketball program.
So do your players get paid?
We do, actually, and that's one of the most innovative things that I've brought to the minor league system. A lot of minor league teams over the years, if anybody knows much about minor league basketball in the United States, is high-paying salaries and no fans in the stands usually results in financial difficulties. So what we do, we came up with a system, and it's all contractually based, where basically the more fans that we have, the more paid attendance each game we have, the more the players get paid. So if we pack it out, the players are walking away with a good check. If we don't, you know what, they're still walking away with HD quality film with play-by-play, courtesy of our Director of Media and Public Relations, John Wise. We have stats, we have a website, we do press releases, we give exposure. Our general manager is also an agent who has played 16 players over the last 3 years in leagues like in Finland, Iceland, Iraq, Mexico. So even not getting paid, right now as we build who we are and what we're trying to do, we do know what the players need to get to the next step and get paid from the higher level leagues overseas. But truth be so, the real vision is to get them paid here. We're on a Runway to Amway campaign. This will be our 4th game at Amway coming up tomorrow. And what we're trying to do is increase our exposure and our fan base so that we can, just like the Predators and the Solar Bears, call Amway our personal home. We play before and after Magic games now. But to call it home and to be able to, put a couple thousand in the stands and divvy that money up and put guys on salary, at least maybe the first 5 or 7 guys, and say, hey, here's 40 grand a year to work out with the Flight. You're playing for the Flight, you're running our junior flight leagues, you're helping mentoring, you're visiting companies, endorsing products, so on and so forth. So, a lot of guys don't want to go overseas. They want to be home. It's not actually going overseas is not for everybody. It's a cultural shock, and some people don't do well overseas because it's different.
You said something that was interesting to me. So you have youth leagues as well?
We do, actually. This is actually kind of a little bit of breaking news. It's not finalized yet. We are working with a company right now that the Florida Sports Academy, who has approached us about taking our brand and making their basketball portion. They do more than basketball, but their basketball program is pretty strong. It's growing. Branding that as the Junior Flight League. And they already have kids, and obviously they know what we do in the community with our community outreach programs. We have a Jay's Phrase program, a Not Afraid to Fly program, which are encouraging the youth to write, know what their dreams are, pursue excellence in school, to get a pair of Jordans. And so knowing that and the platform that we have and the guys that we have, high-quality guys that have been overlooked, but they're very talented, and the kids look up to them. So to have them coaching those teams, that's what we're looking at. We're trying to, and that goes back to investing in the lives of others. These players aren't going to play forever. So, if they can get in there and coach and they can develop their coaching pedigree, and maybe they all don't coach, but it gives them a little bit of a platform to say, okay, after I'm done playing, I can coach. I know how to coach. I can mentor students. I can work for the Boys and Girls Club as maybe a managing supervisor or something because I have worked for kids. So there's a big vision that we have. We're not going anywhere. This is our 6th season, and I know a lot of people haven't heard of us, but you only get one shot to make a good first impression, and I'm very happy that a lot of people's first impression is us playing at Amway right now. So it's pretty exciting.
That's cool. How many fans do you normally have? Do people stick around before or after or come early for the games?
They do. I mean, we've had in our 6 years of existence, we've had games where we've had 10 people, all of which were family. But the last game at Amway, for instance, we sold 200 tickets for that, and we had about an extra 75 to 100 stay around, including Alfred Payton. He stuck around. Brandon Knight from the Phoenix Suns. The Phoenix Suns played the Magic that night. He stuck around. The game before that, we had Victor Oladipo kind of venture out a couple times and ask what's going on. So, and we had an NBA agent actually immediately interested in one of our players, Chris Watson, who won't be there tomorrow. He's actually headed out to Mexico again. So we're sending players to places. We're giving them opportunities. We're giving them an outlet to continue pursuing what I believe God has gifted them to do. If that's your talent, you should be able to have the opportunity to use that talent for your living. But we'd like to get our fans support up to about 500-600 this year and take it into next year. And by 2017, our goal is to be at Amway indefinitely playing. Put our name, Florida Flight versus maybe the Miami Midnights. You see that on I-4 as you're driving by. But, everything is a progression. You got to take it slow. But our vision is good. I think we have good leadership. We've got a great staff. We know where we're going. We know where we want to be, and we know how to get there. And we also know it's not going to happen overnight.
Thank you very much for talking to us. I really appreciate it. We will talk to you more very soon, actually.
My pleasure. Thanks a lot, Andrew.